I sit back like, why bother? But get a different view every time that I call dollar. It's like Numi got the Uzi, man, she always speaking facts. She be dropping bombs, make all of them double back. And then the crime raises. It's something they never gonna get that. But it's cool, let's sit back and chit-chat. Unveiled mindset.
You gotta be stoic, you can't be frail. If you get on the track, you can't derail. If you stick around long enough,
you will surely be unveiled.
What's poppin', what's did it? Welcome to another great episode from the Unveiled Mindset podcast show, hosted by me, Dauda Kande, and my lovely wife, Numso Kaba.
Hey guys, welcome back. Make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already. Make sure you hit that notification bell anytime we have an episode that drops. You'll be alerted. Like, comment, share. Welcome to the Unveiled Mindset podcast, where we talk about a lot of different enlightening conversation. We have purpose-filled and enlightening conversation that help nurture growth and unveil the mind.
Yep. That was beautiful. You feel me? That's the lovely life. We're the number one podcast. Believe that, right? Let them know. Put the number one up. They better know that we're the number one podcast. Now, so that I'm excited about today's, show, and I came with that pressure. You feel me? This is, with that pressure,
Per usual.
We gotta, we gotta start matching on here, man. Like I know you get married once, but you gotta match on here. You feel me? But yeah. So so today we got a wonderful guest. A family member, a close relative, a cousin of mine. We got the same name. His name is also Dauda.
Yep.
We're named after our grandfather. So he just came. He was here for my wedding too. He called me, I believe, last week. He said he was coming to New York. He don't live here. He live in France. He said that he's coming over just to visit or whatever. He got some other stuff to do here because he's a big movie star.
Yes.
He's gonna come back again though. But he's a big, great actor.
Yes.
He showed me some of his work, and then also we're gonna get into all of that after.
Yes.
I'm doing this. I'm going all over the place, but I'm trying to. I don't know the words to explain how great this man is. So I'm all over the place. So I'm battling for words to pick to describe him because there's no words that can describe him. Wow. So, and I hope Mama's watching this too. That's it too. You know what I'm saying? So, so my cousin Dauda Keita from France is here today. And welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
That was a great introduction. I really appreciate it. It goes straight to my heart.
Yeah, So let him know he speak French.
Yeah.
Speak English.
Yeah.
Mandingo. He dibble and dabble. He understand it though.
Yeah.
So can you say something in French right quick so they can
introduce yourself in French.
Ok, no problem. Bonjour à tous, moi c'est Dauda Keita. Je suis le cousin de David ici et du coup le beau-frère de Numso. Et voilà, je suis très content d'être ici avec vous. Merci de me recevoir.
Ouais.
Et voilà, I got that French, that chanson
Tu as bien dit mon frère. Tu as bien dit.
So
basically, it was just kind of saying the same thing I just said earlier in French.
Yeah.
But he's multilingual, just like us.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
So yeah, welcome, man. This is not your first time here. You've been here before. Obviously, my dog can't stay away from him. I don't know why.
Yeah.
They have this. He has a dog that looks exactly the same as Goku.
That's his twin.
So
yeah.
He's trying to sneak his way back.
Y'all been asking. His name is Goku.
What's up, Goku? That's the first time seeing him in the podcast.
No, he's been coming in and out.
Exactly.
But we never gave him a proper introduction. So
Goku is Goku Kabakonde. So now
Goku say hi.
But
so we're gonna have we're gonna discuss some topics. Today's gonna be open discussion, but I first want to get into this our culture a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to parents,
mm-hmm.
and we kind of talked about this on the previous episode.
Mm-hmm.
But this one is a little different because me and Dauda obviously were having a great conversation today
mm-hmm.
that I feel like that people need to hear, and then he made some great points, and so I wanted to kind of get into that.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically we were talking about our family dynamic and stuff like that, and things that that goes wrong in between the parents and the children or the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we don't see eye to eye.
Mm-hmm.
And my question today is, do we live our parents' dream, or do we live our dream?
Mm.
So basically what that's saying is most of the time our parents, African parents, they usually they usually have this idea, or they kind of have a plan for us already kind of laid out. They have like their own blueprint. So they want you to be doctors or nurses or lawyers and all of these things, right? But they don't, it's like kind of, it's not like by force, but it's kind of like by force because they push it on you, right? So my thing is, do you feel like that part of our culture, do you feel like we need to change that up, or do you feel like it should stay the way it is? You can go first.
And I think it also like kind of goes beyond even Guinean culture, right? I think it's like, you know, in a lot of like minority culture, I feel like, or even just like everyone in general, I think this is something that everyone can relate to, or someone from every race and every culture can relate to. The pressures of, okay, I need to do this, or, you know, follow in this route to make my parent happy. I need to go to this. There are even some that are specific in terms of like their parents went to a specific school and are alums from that school. And so it's like, I need to follow that tradition and go to that school and pledge that sorority or that fraternity because I'm, you know, my parents did that. So even that, there's a lot of pressures.
This is a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressures. I feel like it's also easier said than done that like, oh yeah, we're going to be super open and like do whatever you want to do. But I feel like as human, you have that sense of like, oh, it'd be great if you followed my footsteps. Let me introduce you.
Of course you will have things that you prefer for your kids.
Yeah.
There's things that you will want for your kids that you would like your kids to do.
Yeah.
This is, as a parent, it's normal.
Yep.
But at some point, you have to know that like your kid is going to grow up and have his own, like, take his own decisions.
Yeah.
Have the things he likes, maybe stuff that you don't like.
Yeah.
You know, so you can't try to, like, I don't know, for example, Dada used to play soccer. He can tell his son play soccer. He can put his son in soccer, but maybe his son is not gonna like it.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
So he put him in soccer. But at the end of the day, his son is gonna know like if it's made for him or not.
Yep.
You know, maybe it's not.
Yeah.
And like, it's not a crime for you to want your kid to do something.
Yeah.
But at some point, you need to like let it go if it's not for him too.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I think that's key.
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing to influence your kids and put them into programs as they're younger that you feel is good for them,
Exactly.
right? However, it comes a point where when they start making their own decisions in terms of what they're interested in, then respecting their point of view and respecting that this is what they want for themselves.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean, you know, like you should definitely give them like advice and stuff like that based on your point of view, you know, and then try to help and stuff. If you feel like if you feel like they're completely going the wrong way, you could still advise them. But I think that respect of like, okay, I'm allowing you to be your own person will actually bring you closer in your relationship.
No, I agree.
I mean, the thing to me that's important and that I think that any parent should understand, you need to let your kid have his own experience too.
Yeah.
Sometimes like you can advise him, you can give him advice, and like it's either he's gonna listen to it or not, and then he's gonna see what's gonna be the result of his decision.
Yeah.
But if you don't let him see by himself, he will never one day you will not be here. Like he will never grow up, never understand. Like he needs to understand like his own
Purpose.
path. You know, his own. Like he needs to understand like the why is he taking this decision? Why he's not going to take it again? Why is it better for him to do this or that? And maybe we're human beings. Sometimes a parent might be wrong too.
That's true. That's
You
true.
know,
They can be wrong.
A parent might be wrong too.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm glad you said
That's
that
true.
because like me and Numso talk about this all the time. It's like even like this us doing this right now, it's kind of like, what are you guys doing, right? It's like it could be like, you know, we don't know how well they're gonna take it or whatever, how they're gonna see it, but you know, but we know that we good kids, you know. We come from a great background, you know, so so it's okay for us to like kind of like go into this like, you know, mindset where we can like try things that we would like to do, because you never know where it might take you or whatever. And plus, if you truly love something, and you should do it. You know, if it's not detrimental to you, your family or anything, you should do it, right? If it's not destroying anything, you know. So our culture is, they just think one way, you know, and our culture is great, it's good, but it also got some flaws. So I'm saying that, like, for you, right? You act, you're an actor, you do movies and stuff like that, right? His movies on Netflix, by the way. I mean, TV shows on Netflix. You got
I got 2 TV shows that's on Netflix right now.
Make sure y'all check it out.
What's the name?
What's the name?
So you got the English name of the latest one is Reign Supreme. The first one is Mortel. The third one that's gonna come out is Under Paris, I think.
Okay.
And the third one is not a show, it's a movie. And then you know, there's movies and other series, but I think it's gonna be hard for people to watch it in the States.
In America.
But there's a movie that's gonna come out probably in a few months here. That's called Mr. Freeman, where I have the leading part. So yeah.
Nice.
Inshallah.
But
nice.
nah, that's great. So for you, right? How was the process? Like,
How was that?
Yeah. How did you tell your mom that, you know, you're gonna be an actor?
I mean, first of all, I've always, you know, before I was acting, I was dancing.
Yeah, I know.
So my mom always knew, like, I had that artistic vibe, you know, the artistic thing, like. And but I was good in school too. School was kind of easy for me. So I went to law. I went to law school. I went to college. I studied law. And when I started, like, my first year of college, I started making movies too. From dancing, because I was at a battle, and then like a casting director, like, saw me, and, like, he was like, okay, we might see you for a movie, and, like, can you audition? So I made the audition. I had the part, and this is when I started, like, doing movies. And at the end of, like, my low, like, degree, like, it was hard for me to go to school because I didn't have time. I was on set, and I had school at the same time. So I was taking, like, the classes out. Like, people were just sending me the classes. Yeah. And, like, I wasn't going to school. So, like,
the notes and stuff.
Exactly. They were sending me the notes. And then, so I still had my degree, even though I wasn't going to school. And then I was like, the next step is you have to go to school like this, because in law you have 2 degrees. To have the second one, you have to be like, in school. You cannot do, like,
physically being there. You can't.
You got to be physically there, like, from 9 to, like, 6. It was like, it's either you take that way or you take the other way. You keep doing what you like. So I was like, I'm not gonna go to school, like, every day from 9 to 6, because this is not what I want to do. I found my way. I found what I want to do. So I just went to see my mom, and I was like,
how was that conversation?
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, I was a little scared though. I remember, I will always remember. She was in the living room, scary, watching TV. I came down, I sat in front of her. I said, Mom, I need to talk to you. She was scared at first. She thought I was gonna say something, like, crazy. I'll be like, all right, Mom, you know, now I'm about to graduate, and I don't think I want to go further. I think I just want to focus on my acting stuff. And then I was like, I thought she was gonna say some like, you know, like, what she crazy doing? Something. I thought she was gonna go crazy. She was like, oh, you scared me. Like, I thought you wanted to tell me something worse. It was like, I mean, if that's what you like, do it. Just make sure, like, you do it 100%.
100%.
That is
like,
amazing.
Like, don't quit school to do it, like, 50%. You have to put everything you have in it.
Yeah.
You know? So, and then from that moment, like, I was, like, relaxed. I was like, damn,
that is amazing.
It's amazing when you have your mom. You know, you have your mom behind you.
You feel so confident about it, like,
exactly.
That your worry is gone, and you know that, like, okay, I'm ready to. Now you can focus on, like, the actual challenges that are coming from the career, and you're not battling in your own household.
Exactly.
And, I like that, the way he put it, you know. That's amazing. Put that, like, she was 100% behind you, because, like, I always say, like, nobody want a dream killer. That can be your brother, that can be your best friend, that can be your wife, that can be your mother, that can be your father. A dream killer is the worst type of energy that you want around you. But especially if you got your mother's support, or your brothers or your sisters, like, it will motivate you even more, because now that you know that you're not only doing it for yourself, you're doing it for everybody.
Exactly.
Like, for example, like, we started doing this, and then, like, I think I don't know if I got a text message first. Numsa texted me or I was downstairs. She was like, oh, I think I was downstairs. She's like, Dada, did you read the comments? I was like, I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, go look at the first episode comments. Your sister, Vicky, Sarankane. She's like, she made a comment. Go look at it. I was like, okay, all right. So me, automatically, the first thing in my head, I didn't expect what I saw.
Something positive.
Right? I didn't think it was gonna be anything negative. I thought it was gonna be like.
But he didn't expect it to be as like.
Yeah. So I don't even know if I have it, so I can read it to y'all. She said something that was very profound, and then it meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
And me and my sister, like, we didn't have, like, we weren't the closest. Like, we had our ups and downs and stuff like that. But like, and so and I told you, like, I don't even know if she know, but when my when my father passed, that's when me and her got super close. Got close or whatever. And she's a great mother, a loving person. Obviously, like, siblings go through it, right? And then this is what she said. She said, very, very proud of you two, meaning me and Numso. She said, may God keep this love forever. And I'm so proud to have you as my little brother. I love you with all my heart. You mean everything to me. Wow. And I can't wait to see what wonderful things you will achieve in your lifetime, inshallah. And I liked it, and that meant a lot to me.
That's deep.
And that was amazing. Like, it was a whole paragraph.
Yeah.
And the first episode, and I don't even think he knew. Okay, like, she watched. Like, it was a complete surprise, and it was. He was so happy about it. So it was really nice.
To me, like, really good. To me, that meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
So, like, every day, like, when I get up, like, that's why, like, we get up every day, we grind 100%. Like, we drop episodes, but people don't see what really what goes on behind closed or behind the scene. You was just here. You saw how long it took us to set up, and staying up late at night grinding. So get out, go to work, come back, just get on the computer and just start editing. So it's like, it's a motivational thing. Like, it's like we're motivated to do this or whatever we're planning on doing. So that's why I say, like, dream killers are terrible. But people, the way your mother supported you, the way Biggie supported me on this, means a lot to me. And us, our culture, we don't really get the chance to, like, appreciate each other or say word of encouragement, like, more often. It's kind of like we it's whatever. But so yeah, I learned, as time went on, I learned that like, people need that. We need that. We need to encourage each other.
It's so important.
So that's what I had to say.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say, like, and to what you're saying, especially if it's something that you feel very passionate about, right?
Yeah.
Doing, like, it's so important for, people around you for you to feel that support. Like, even like what you're saying, like, you don't know when you're preparing for casting or when you're preparing for a role and stuff like that, all of the hard work that goes behind it. Like, when we're preparing for what we're doing here, but it's like, you're super happy about doing it, right? Like, you're passionate about it. We feel like, we're building a community with people, and we have a lot of different discussions and things that we want to share with people, and we want to talk and learn and even using this opportunity, like, this is our journey, using this opportunity for us to grow and to learn about different mindset and people's different experiences. The people that we've had here on the podcast, even so far, I've learned something new every single time from talking to them. And some of them are people that we've known for years, but we never sat down and, like, what was your journey? Or, like, what do you really think about, this? So, and that's why, like, it's really good to have that, love.
So, like, I mean, obviously, your mom was behind you. So, like, after you got the support from her, like, what kind of mode, what kind of mindset did you go in right after she said, okay, do it 100%?
Bro, I was like, because at the moment I told her that I didn't have my degree yet. Yeah, I was about to have it. So I was like, all right, Dada, now you have to put everything so you can have that degree and, like, be free. Like, be free, like, to focus on what you're doing now. So once I had my degree, I was like, all right, that's it. That's the moment now. I started working a lot with my acting coach. I still have her today. And then it's just like I was just, my head was in it.
You're
like
in a zone.
Even it was about everything, like the people I was hanging with, like the places I was going to, like the classes I was taking, like everything was going to that direction, you know. Like it was, everything was a purpose for my, like for me to like achieve my dream, you know. So yeah, once I had that, I was just like, bro, what now? I have my mom, like I know I have my mom behind
Support.
me.
Yep.
I know I have my mom's support. Nothing can stop me. Like
Yeah.
I know I can make it.
Yeah.
You know, even though it's hard, you know, like people don't know. Like sometimes it's hard. Like
Yeah.
it's like, okay, you know, when you work out,
Yeah.
sometimes you work out and you like, it's really hard and you think about quitting.
Yeah.
Like you'd be like, oh damn, I'm not gonna run for that hour. Maybe I'm gonna quit at 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Then you hit that 45 minutes and you be like, I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna go through it.
Yeah.
Even if your mind, like sometimes your brain tells you to stop, but you like deep down you be
You don't
like,
wanna
no,
stop.
I'm
You
not
wanna
gonna,
keep
I'm not gonna stop. See, this is what be happening all the
It's
time.
the drive.
Exactly. But what keeps me on track is like knowing like my mom's behind me, my brother's behind me, my sister behind me. Like I know like
The family
everybody,
support is
my
there.
wife's behind me. Everybody's supporting me. So like, and everybody like believe in me. So I'll like, you know, it's like, it's not just me.
Yeah.
If I give up, I don't just give up on me. I give up on all of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that make you go 110%. That's what I was
Yeah.
saying.
One thing that okay, so here's what I want to also bring up, right? So you know how, so the question being like, you know, are children feeling the weight, about parents, what they think that you should do and things like that, right? And responsibility. So we've talked historically about different conversations, like, okay, the things that we want to do to the and help out on the continent, right? Help out and give back in Guinea and stuff, and how like our parents or our family, to get to where we got to, they had to sacrifice a ton.
Right.
So I feel like, especially because of like that sacrifice that had to be done, there's an extra weight of like, I need to make them proud and like sacrifice maybe like what I want to do in my happiness in order to fulfill what their happiness is, because of the deep sacrifice that they did.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
it's
which
exactly
makes it
that.
even harder.
It's exactly that. But the thing is, I think the problem is they don't look at the right thing. Cause like to me, like they don't fail if like you're just happy in your life and like you just make like, I mean, you know, you can take care of yourself, you can take care of your people, you can like, you know, you're happy, like you're educated, you went to school, like, so like all the sacrifices they made, like they didn't do it for no reason. But to them, if you're not like a doctor or a lawyer or like they
failed
did,
them, right?
Exactly, you failed them. But and it's not true.
And
not at all.
and even based on this, it's like a large population of people is how they think. But the good thing is, like, for example, like your mom and stuff, and like I think, you know, a lot, like you gave the example as well, and like our families like luckily are able to like really sit down and listen, you know, and help provide that support. But I do know, like, I've heard of some families that are very much so like, even if you end up being like a business person instead of an engineer or doctor, they feel like some sort of, you know, shortfall. Where, you know, that's
I
not
agree.
the case.
And then another thing, I'm gonna kind of break this down and kind of pivot into another like topic that kind of also relate to this, right? So, like, again, the dream killer, right? There's nothing worse than a dream killer. And for example, for like a lot of times, I told her, I feel like a lot of people, even maybe in our family, a lot of kids probably had, like, a lot of kids went without finding their purpose, right? Like, they end up becoming mothers or fathers later on, and they probably still like resent maybe their parents, their father or mother, or even themselves
till this day
taking the initiative to do what they need to do, right? So my whole thing with that is like, sometimes a kid being a parent, you know, I don't have any kids yet, right? But being a parent, to me, it's not only, you know, putting food on the table and having a roof over their head. It's everything. Knowing your kid, like the understanding, right? Understand what they're going through, how they feel, right? You gotta be there. You gotta be that support. So a lot of time you have kids that feel like they don't have any support, and they also feel like lonely, like nobody understand them. It's like they feel like it's them against the world. Like how come nobody understand me? Because there's always a gap between, not even like African culture or anything, just between the elders
generational,
right, and the youth. It's always a gap, right? And I always say, yo, you gotta, even if you're older than somebody, you gotta respect them. You gotta respect the youth. And then you get mad when the youth don't respect you, right? They blow backs in your face if you don't respect them, right? So my whole thing is like, you tell her to do this, I want you to be this, I want you to be, but she already got her whole like dream and blueprint laid out for what she want to be, right? And then you keep telling her, nah, this is what you're going to, this is what and then y'all get into the little discussion or argument or whatever, and then she walk up the stairs all lonely, thinking about running away, and I don't want to be here no more, and this and that, just because you're doing everything right, just because you're trying to take her dream away.
Exactly.
You can do all the things right, but once you try to take a kid dream away, they're gonna hate you. That's a big thing, because if, like you say, if you support your kid, your son or your daughter, right? Like, okay, this is your dream, this is what you want to do. Okay, I'm with you 100%, but I will be there with you to guide you.
Exactly.
Right? You tell them that, like, right? They would be so much happier. And then sometimes, if that path that they decide that they're gonna follow, if they see that path is not working out, but you're there with them, they can be like, Mom, Daddy, you were right.
Yeah.
Right? Where it's like, no, we're not doing that. So there's a chance that the parents can be right and the kid is wrong, and sometimes the kid can be right and the parents is wrong. But you will never know that unless you guys go through the experience.
Exactly.
So if you don't let your kids try stuff, I'm not saying let them go do all type of stuff.
No,
I'm saying, and if it makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to be that type of parent. So, and because a lot of time, sometimes parents, it's not even about the children or the kids. It's kind of selfish because it's more about them, right? You want to project your feelings or your insecurity or whatever it is into your children, and that's not good. You want your kids to be better than you. So I say that to say this. A lot of time they would say, okay, like, such and such kid is doing this, such and such kid is doing that. And if you do this, you make me look bad. You mess up my reputation, which I partially agree with. It's certain things you cannot mess up the legacy or the name of the family, right? Which I completely agree with. But it also doesn't make any sense for you to tell your kid I don't want, like, I don't want you to be an actor. I don't want you to be a singer. I don't want you to be a rapper. I want you to be a doctor and this and that, whatever, because people are going to look at me like, oh, look at this kid. Oh, look at this. Like the outside perspective. And so my question here is, do you guys feel like rumors, right? Do you guys feel like when it comes to like rumors or people saying, oh, your kid is doing this, or public perspective, so rumors and public perspective, do you guys feel like a lot of times it's what parents care about, but not what's really at hand, like meaning what the kid want to do? It's more about what the outside think.
Definitely. It is. Definitely. Because they are scared, like, I mean, they're looking at like each other. They're looking at the neighbor. They're looking at like their cousin, sister, without knowing what's really happening in the house. Maybe the kid you're comparing your kid to, that's his thing. Maybe he likes it. Or maybe he does. Maybe he hates it. He's just doing it for his parents and he's not happy. You don't know, but you're gonna tell your kid, oh, look at this kid. He made it. Oh, this cousin daughter, that's what shit is. Look at you, what you want to do. But maybe if you let me do what I want to do and I put my heart in it, when I'm never gonna do what she's doing, but in what I'm doing, I'm gonna be better than what she's doing. She's doing, So yeah. It's like basically, for example, this in Africa, like, okay, you know how like sometimes our parents have like, our father had 2 wives, or something like that, and the lady of my neighborhood was telling me the story of this lady, like, her co-épouse, no, I don't know how to say it in English.
Co-spouse, because they're like polygamy in
exactly.
Relationship.
Her
co-spouse.
The second wife.
Yeah,
her
second wife. Yeah.
Her son went to like Europe, made money, and then came back and like like build a house and everything for his mom. And like the other wife didn't have nothing. And then she's putting pressure on her kid. You have to go to Europe. You have to go to Europe. Look at her. Look at her son. What she did for his mother. So finally, the kid decided to go to Europe by his own way, taking like the waterway, like
the boat.
Yeah, the boat and everything.
Oh wow!
Finally died.
Wow!
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Because at that point, like, and I know she feels. I can't imagine the regret.
Exactly. I'm not saying she doesn't like. Obviously, she loves her kid.
But you never know what you can push someone to do.
Exactly. And like,
because that's not an illegal way to do it, right?
Exactly.
But it became, I have to figure out a way to do this.
Because look, the second wife of my father, her son, he made this for his mom.
Yeah.
He made that. So I have to do it for my mom too, and she's putting pressure on me now.
Yeah, that's probably what he thought. And then with that, it's especially over there. I feel like the environment itself, there's that pressure there for, like, it's hard to then stand on your against it and say like, no, I'm not, or like, I'm gonna make it and I'm going to be able to help you in a way, but like, please remove some of that pressure. I will do it in my own way. It's hard to communicate some of those things because at the same time, you don't want to come off as being disrespectful, right? So I definitely, and so to the question, I agree that a lot of times it is a sense of like, I think, we tend to be prideful people, especially culturally. I feel like there's a lot of pride. And so I do think that some people, they do it because of, the external world, what other people are doing, what this community thinks of me. And because it's community based, right? So because it's so community based, I feel like a lot of times people put a lot of their business out there. And then, so it's hard to like not compare, and that pressure kind of then comes in. I agree in terms of if it's to be used as motivation, but not a toxic motivation. Like if it's to be used as like, because it's we've talked about this. It's so important to be surrounded by people who are doing so many great things, because it motivates you. So like if it's brought in terms of like, oh, look, this person's doing this person's doing that, this person's doing this. Like, I know that you can do it. I know you have it in you to be successful in your, but caveating in your own way,
Exactly.
That's like, I'm fine with like the motivational aspect of it, but it can't be one size fits all. They did this exact thing. You need to do this exact thing.
Exactly.
Because to you, what you're saying, dream killers, and we've had the conversation of what I think destiny is and what fate is and things like that. But everyone has something inside of them that will take them to the next level if they listen and if they tap in. Something that you do may not work for me. So
yeah, I agree. That's right.
yeah.
So a dream killer is really a thing.
Yeah.
Because like it's so important that you have a full support around you. Like people that is gonna support you, like for things that you want to do, like the career, the path that you want to choose, your purpose, and all of that. And you gotta believe it. You gotta support yourself first, before anybody can support you. Self-support is the number one thing. It's key, and then family support, because sometimes the family might not see your vision. And sometimes your vision might not align with your parents' vision. That can cause division.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you have to understand your purpose, right? Bars,
exactly.
for sure.
Bars.
Yeah. Once you understand your purpose and you lay in it, and then you refuse to get out of that purpose, they have no choice but to respect it.
Yeah, but you have to be strong-minded. Some people don't have that like that strength, like to be like, okay, even my parents don't believe in what I do, I will believe it for them, and then show them like what can be done with it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's a tough thing to do.
It's a tough thing.
What you said about dream killers, so Steve Harvey says this, like, you guys probably seen it out there, but he's when he gets into like his motivational hats and whatnot, that's what he talks about. He's like, whatever, like God has shown you, showed you what you're meant to do, right? And showed all of us. And so like whatever your purpose is, whatever your dream is, and everyone, you can have so many different careers. It's not even like, okay, this is it, and then that's what it is for the rest of my life, right? Everything can pivot. You can think it's this and then work towards it and, do well, but then realize, hey, actually I've shifted in where the direction that I need to take. So it's not one size fits all, or like one direction, and then you're held to commit to it. And if you fail that, then that means like you failed in general. Like no, life is progression, and there are twists and turns. But nevertheless, he talks about what what your vision is and what my vision is. Like it's in my imagination and it's in my head, right? What I've seen doesn't mean anyone else has seen that same thing that's in my head.
Correct.
Now I can go about and explain to you, this is what I'm seeing. And then it's up to you to then be able to determine exactly like, okay, you know what? I don't see that vision, but I support you for that vision.
Yeah.
But there's some people that they don't see it, so like they don't see it, and so but they're not able to give that support. So and there's some people that also see the vision,
No, I agree.
Because they will be scared to do it for themselves.
And they didn't see that vision.
Exactly.
God didn't put that vision in their head so like God didn't put what I'm seeing in your head, so I get why you don't see it. And I get why you don't understand it, because you didn't see what I see.
And they don't get to like the fact that we're all different.
Yeah.
We're all different. Because like they're going to put your situation, they're going to think about it like it was like their situation. Like, oh no, I wouldn't do this. I think it will be dangerous. I might not succeed or something. But you might not succeed. Maybe I have what it takes to succeed. Just don't put yourself in my shoes. Just try to understand my vision from my perspective.
And our favorite quote.
Yeah. So what's the favorite quote? Risky?
Yep.
Yeah. Life is risky. Life is so risky that you're not gonna make it out alive. So you might as well take your chance and swing the bat at it and and pursue your dream. And I also want to mention this, right, to kind of close it out, right? Because it kind of sounds like we're bashing our parents, which is not the case. And I would look at the camera. You have to understand that the truth shall set you free forever, and the lie will condemn you for eternity, right? I say that to say this. A lot of times also, or should I say sometimes, or maybe a lot of times, because I believe it's a 50-50 here, or maybe 60-40, a little bit more, 60 the parents, 40 the kids. Sometimes you would your mom supported you, but she told you that you got to go 100%, which I completely agree with. Sometimes some of those kids, or some kids, don't know their purpose, zero dreams, they have nothing laid out, they've been lazy their whole life, and when you ask them, why are you not successful? What's your purpose? Oh, my parent was in support. How can they support anything? You never tried anything.
Yeah.
So sometimes we can't always blame the parents. The parents definitely play a part, but we also have to look at ourselves sometimes. When we get to a certain age, we're mature enough to know that, okay, you have to pay attention to your patterns. Certain things are not meant for you, and some of the things that you've been trying out are not working out, or you just simply lazy. So you can't just blame the parents all the time. Sometimes you got to blame yourself. So we got to put that in.
And some people hop on every wave, every hype. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. There's no backbone, So it's like the boy who cried wolf. Like, listen, why don't you sit down, focus on this, finish this. I'm not supporting anything else or putting money into anything else. That's sensible for a parent to say. I'm tired of you every single day. You wanna be Superman one day, you wanna be Batman the other day, you wanna do this, you wanna do that, and you're not working towards it.
But what you just say is really interesting, because my mother didn't support me randomly. She supported me because she's so I was serious with
about
it.
The key.
Exactly. She's so you have to show to your parents that you're really you're really dedicated, you're committed to the thing. You cannot just come and say, "Oh, I want to drop school and be a rapper," but she never sees you going to the studio, writing any lines, listening to no music. Bro,
You don't even really sound that great.
Exactly. You don't sound, bro. You have to show like
it has to be serious.
Yeah, it's serious.
Yeah.
It ain't no joke. Like
Yes.
I'm really gonna work. It's not. I'm not doing this as a hobby. That's the thing too.
Yeah.
People need to understand when you choose like an artistic life, or even if it's not artistic, but like any way you any like path you gonna choose, like it's not. It doesn't have to. It must not be a hobby. It must be a job.
Yeah.
Even if it's artistic, even if it's music,
Like a
even if it's
lifestyle.
dancing, it's sport. Exactly. It's a lifestyle. You gotta wake up thinking about it and go to bed
Yeah, you
thinking
gotta
about
want
it. You know.
You gotta have the hunger.
Yeah. So I definitely agree with that. And then also, like, just to caveat, like, as he gave his experience, you gave your experience. Like, my parents are super supportive of me and have been supportive of me. So, like, this is coming from things that, you know, we see this, right? It may not be our personal experience in the sense of, like,
Us.
woe is me and us. Like, I've been able to have 100% support in things that I've wanted to go through, right? And so it's one of those things to bring awareness of like people that like we know of, right? And even if like things may not have 100% like been supported from the get-go, but it's about the presentation. It's about, let me show you how serious this is and how serious this could be, and like let me show you the resume and the and where it's at.
Yeah, you can't tell me to invest in your business and I don't know the meaning of your business. I don't know the purpose of your business.
You haven't even made one sale.
Yeah,
you don't have a business plan. You haven't made one sale. I ask you questions you don't really know the answer of. It's one of those things where it's like you have to meet them halfway. You have to come to me when you're talking to me about something, because they're dream killers, right? There's some people where you can prematurely talk to them about things. Yo, this is kind of what I'm thinking. I don't know all the answers. I just had this thought. And then you have to recognize the people around you. There's, that person that you can prematurely talk to will be like, okay, I know you're not there and you don't have the answers, but it's okay. And I believe in you.
Yeah.
Parents, I feel like sometimes, or a lot of times, it's hard to watch your child try to go into something when they sound confused. Like, you haven't even convinced me that you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's your child. You're gonna be scared for them.
Exactly. So you have to come to them with give them that confidence of, the way that you just approached me, I know you've done your diligence, and I know you're like actually like you're serious about it.
I feel like
you came with the energy.
I feel like your kids gonna have to like set up a business appointment with you when they go.
That's true.
They won't want to do something. They'll be like, "Mommy, can we schedule an appointment? I have a plan to like."
Listen, because we talk about this, right? But I completely understand. Like, I'm not saying come to me with a PowerPoint of like, okay, here's what I'm thinking. The PowerPoint.
I mean, why not?
Why not? But why not?
Why not?
Why wouldn't you come with a PowerPoint?
Yeah.
With a PowerPoint.
Exactly.
That
show me.
serious.
Exactly.
And show me that it's serious.
Because then, if you come with me with a PowerPoint,
what can I say?
What else is there for you to say?
Yeah, like you thought about this.
Like, okay.
Okay, your plan is okay, I get it.
At
Go
a minimum,
ahead.
if you don't make it, it's because, okay, maybe it's the industry, or maybe it's not going to be because you didn't go for it. Because you're coming to me with a PowerPoint.
Exactly.
What else am I going to say?
I think it's a good thing, actually, that like, if your kid comes and tell you, oh, I want to do this, you tell him, okay, you want to do this? Come back with a PowerPoint.
Prove to me.
Come back with a plan, with a business plan. You come back, you go, like, as if he was in a business like appointment, like he was like he was he's not talking to his mom. You have to convince me, like I was gonna buy your stuff, like you need to convince me,
or even like, yo, you have 2 years, all right, like, or I'm giving you, like, convince me, because at the end of the day, I don't want to see you fail. I haven't done all these sacrifices for you to just throw it out. So convince me that whatever you're talking about is not just a mood. Right, or a season, like that you're actually serious about it. So I feel like we kind of sit in the middle of like, we're not like, oh, I want to be Spider-Man. Oh, go and do whatever your heart desires. Like,
I mean, you can be Spider-Man from age 1 to like maybe 10, 12, like.
But right?
Then when you realize I wanted to be Goldberg, like, like
I remember we used to play that crazy.
Yeah, then I realized, I don't want to be bald. Goldberg is bald, but Again,
Yeah.
like you can't go to the bank and ask for a loan. You ain't got no job or no credit score or no credit at all.
Yeah.
So it doesn't work like that, bro. You need to prove. We need proof.
Yeah, and
But-
in the real world, right?
Yeah,
like
the real
as a
world.
parent, you could be like, prove to me and show me, because the real world's gonna be tougher than me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're not saying we're gonna control the kid. At the end of the day, he's gonna do whatever he wants. But like, if you want my support, you want me to be behind you.
Yeah.
Like, show me serious.
Yeah.
You know.
So the moral of the story here: don't be like Goku. You see how he laying down? No, Goku can't get a loan.
The way he laying down doesn't
Goku
mean
got no
anything,
plan. Goku never came to us with
Goku's
a PowerPoint.
plan is us.
That's it. Like, look at him. He's just laying there.
He's happy every time
with
he
his head
sees
down.
us. Every
Yeah.
time every time we come back home, he greets us right at the door, so
Yeah.
happy to see us, like as if it's the first time every day.
Goku.
Yo,
Goku.
that's why it's so nice to have a dog.
Oh, yeah.
He's
But,
chilling.
So yeah, so this was a good one.
Yeah.
So we need to so to let you know, at the end of every episode, every show, we come up with unveil law based on the premises of the conversation, right? So you know, we're gonna kind of reflect a little bit on the show, and to see what we talk about, and then come up with unveil law. So we're gonna do that right now.
Yeah. Okay, so based on this, I think we talked about dream killers, but we also talked about the other side of it, which is like be serious in your purpose.
Yeah.
So I feel like something along the sides of both of those.
I would say, like, you kill your own dream if you don't fully understand your purpose.
Okay.
Or we can say a dream killer can never be successful if you understand your purpose.
I didn't get that. A dream killer.
Like, a dream killer will never be able to kill your dream if you understand your purpose.
will never be able to
That's what he's saying.
That's what
Oh,
I'm saying.
succeed in killing
Yeah,
your
they can't-
dream.
Yeah, a dream killer can't be successful if you understand your purpose. Because at that point, like, there's nothing to kill because I already found myself. You get what I'm saying? So, because a dream killer is somebody that's just like, but if you understand you, whatever they say doesn't bother you. So you're like Teflon, like you can't,
All right, don't kill your dreams by sleeping on them.
don't kill your dream by sleeping on them.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that one. Don't kill your dreams by sleeping on them. Oh, I like that one. I think we should go with that one.
Yeah, that was hard.
Yeah,
That was hard.
Don't kill your dreams by sleeping on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Okay, now okay.
That one was hard.
That was good.
All right. Okay, the dot effect
So-
is crazy.
Yeah. Don't kill your dreams by sleep. And that makes sense because if you don't like pay attention to what you're seeing, right, in terms of your purpose, and you don't act on it, that's a way for you to kill your dream, right?
Yeah.
You've slept on it.
No.
Secondly, if you go to someone, let's say in this discussion, for example, we were talking about, like, if you go to like your parents, and you're saying, okay, I want to do XYZ, right? If you don't come correct in that, I want to do this, here's what I know, here's, I've been doing this is why I want to do it, right? You come confidently, you come with a plan.
Yeah.
That's another way for you to be sleeping on your dreams, because you're not going 100% like in the way that you need to present it to them, right? And not saying that every single parent need that to be presented. There's some parents where it's enough to say that, hey, I want to do this, and they'll support you.
Yeah.
We're talking to the ones where, like, if you feel, any youth or anyone who's listening to this, right? Because that's the other thing too. We want to help to unveil mindsets, right? How do you navigate your relationship if you find that you're having a hard relationship with adults or people in your family that are older, and there's a disconnect in people believing in you, right? Maybe perhaps try, like, when you're going to talk to them about certain things, come prepared so that they feel confident and they actually see, like, okay, you know what? He or she's like that's some, I'm confident that he or she knows what they're talking about.
Yeah.
So I think that law is really good, and that's the advice that I would give to any youth or anyone out there. And it doesn't even have to be a youth, right? It could be at any age, right? There's a way to do it that's not disrespectful, and there's a way to do it that gives them confidence. And then once you cross that bridge, it helps to actually mend in your relationship with that parent, and you guys will be able to, like, really get close. And sometimes you don't need to involve people early on in preliminary times, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's after you've gone through and put in the work, because you're already putting the work for years. So sometimes it's after you've put in the work. If you feel like they may not understand this kind of thing that you're going into, put in the work, then come to them and show them, look, this is what we've done, and these are the results. Then they'll understand and be able to see it.
No, I agree. I think everything we said today is gonna be useful. Somebody probably gonna watch this and probably get something out of it.
There's a sentence I like to say that Poppy told me.
Look at the camera brother. When you let him know.
It's a sentence that his little brother told me once, and that I like to say a lot.
Yeah.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. That
true.
goes along with the what's his name? Jim Rome saying the risky part.
Yep.
So if you don't take it, you're just wasting your time anyway. But that was a great one. We came up with the unveil law.
Yeah.
Thank
you so much for
you,
joining us.
Thank you.
From Paris.
Don't kill your dream by sleeping on them.
Yep.
That's the unveil law
Don't
for
kill
the
your
show.
dream by sleeping on them.
Don't snore on them, man.
Yeah.
Snore on them, man.
So that's the great, that's the great movie star, Dauda Keita. We're gonna leave.
Thank y'all for having me.
Information.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Shows too. We're gonna add that to the description.
Yes.
Stay tuned. Follow them. Support them. Keep supporting the show. We out.
Bye.
She always spitting facts. She be dropping bombs, make all of them double back. Then the crime raises. It's something they never gonna get that, but it's cool. Let's sit back and chit chat. Unveiled mindset.